power, wonder-working power. Faithful is our God, faithful is our King, yeah. There is power, wonder-working power. Faithful is our God, faithful is our King. For you reign and rule, faithful is our God. You carry all power, faithful is our King. There is power,
wonder-working power. Faithful is our God, faithful is our King.
There is
power, wonder-working power. Faithful is our God, faithful is our King.
You reign in majesty, faithful is our God. When you say yes, no one say no.
There is power, wonder-working power. Faithful is our God, faithful is our King.
There is power,
wonder-working power.
faithful,
Faithful is our God,
faithful is the King.
faithful is our King.
family am grateful. Lord, I'm grateful.
Olufemi, Olufemi, I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Come on, everybody, can I hear y'all?
Olufemi,
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 yes, I'm grateful.
I'm grateful.
Oh.
I'm grateful.
You picked me up from the married clay, set my feet on the rock to stay. Am grateful, Lord, I'm grateful. Yeah, you picked me up from the married clay, set my feet on the rock to stay. Lord, I'm grateful. Am grateful, my darling Jesus. Olufemi, yes, yeah, yes I am.
I'm grateful.
You love me more than anyone else. You take really good care of me. Yeah.
I'm grateful.
When nobody didn't want to have anything to do with me, you stepped right in, washed my sins, made me a brand new man. Olufemi, Olufemi, I'm grateful. Lord, I'm grateful. Olufemi, Olufemi, I'm grateful. Lord, I'm
Grateful.
Olufemi, hey, Olufemi, Lord, I'm grateful. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I am grateful.
Ìgbàkigbà ló wà fún mi.
Olufemi,
Ìgbàkigbà ló wà fún mi.
I am so much very grateful. Yes, I am. Olufemi,
Ìgbàkigbà ló wà fún mi.
Olufemi,
Ìgbàkigbà ló wà fún mi.
yes.
invite you to keep watching Moments with the Levite. Each and every week we have special guests. We have a powerful time of worship. The word is phenomenal. The prophecy, the prayers. My life has been radically changed, and I know yours will be too. So meet us on Facebook Live each and every week for Moments with the Levite, and be sure to invite a friend. Don't come alone. Invite someone so that their life can be transformed. Again, this is a time to encounter the presence of God. This is a moment of encounter with God. And Moments with the Levite, you never know what he has in store for us. And so join us each and every week on Facebook Live, and I'll see you there. This is a time to encounter the presence of God.
Hi, I welcome y'all to Moments with the Levite, and we're excited to be on your way again today. And you're going to be blessed like never before. Tell somebody that we are here today, and I'm not just by myself, but I am with the First Lady, our one and number one. Mommy is in the house. I'm telling you. And everybody been asking me when you're bringing First Lady on the line. And I know when you come on, it's going to be fire. Everybody keeps asking. They say every time you are on Moments with the Levite, it is fire. And I want everybody to get ready. Today is going to be awesome. Today, we're going to touch you like never before. And I want everybody, I want you to keep sharing this. If you are sharing this, I'm going to know that you're my number one sharer. So keep sharing right now. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a great day today. All right, honey? So we want to welcome the First Lady, Narh, Patrice Narh is in the house. And we want to welcome you, woman of God. How are you, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me on Moments with the Levite. I'm behaving myself today.
That's right. Let me fix that for wait.
Thank you.
So let's that fixed up a little bit. I'm gonna make sure I got you covered.
Thank you, sir.
I got you. Okay, baby. We got you. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, bless you. Even says awesome. Even's all the way from Ezra, all the way from Germany. I want you to share it. Don't just say awesome. I want you to share what is about to happen here today. We're going to have such a super time today, and your life will never be the same. I want us to go for a quick short break, and we're going to set up for what we have today. Just a quick short break. Myself and the First Lady, Patrice Narh. All right?
Hi everybody, Maggie is my name. I've been watching Moments with the Levite, and he's been such a blessing to my heart, and it has impacted me in different ways. His music too comes along, and it's been a blessing to my heart and my soul. So don't miss out. You should tune in to Facebook Live and Instagram. Can't wait to see you there. Ciao, bye.
Hi, we bless God for everybody. We welcome y'all to Moments with the Levite Fletcher Narh, all the way from Delaware, United States of America. We broadcasting live from here, from our studios right here, the Levite Studios, and we excited to have y'all here today again. Here, my ladies and gentlemen, keep sharing this right now. And I have my special guest today. Now, I ain't knowing with anybody else than the better half of me. In fact, the whole half of me. She's always been behind the scenes and with the crew, the technical team, trying to make sure that this broadcast goes well. But today, I'm like, honey, you got to be part of this. And I'm so blessed that you are part of this today. So I want you to help me to welcome First Lady Patrice Fletcher Narh. You're welcome, honey.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It's an honor to have you. How do you feel about today?
I'm excited. Have great anticipation, and we'll see what God is about to do, because you never know what's going to happen on Moments. So I'm excited and nervous.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, First Lady is excited and she is nervous. But believe me, you know, she is filled with the Holy Ghost and power. And today, I want everybody to share this right now. Tell everybody that the Levite, your friend, your prophet, your brother, your worshiper, your teacher, your mentor, your life coach, your motivator, I am here, and you're going to be blessed like never before. Now, today, we decided to discuss this, and I want us to share this. We are going to introduce some amazing opportunities for you today, and I wanted us to talk about Forex trading. And you are welcome to ask me any kind of question that you want to ask. First Lady is going to answer it. I'm telling you. But I want us to first of all deal with what I've been talking about for the past weeks, the wealth creation. All right, wealth creation. And see, honey, I love what Deuteronomy 28 verses 12 says. Deuteronomy 28 verses 12. See, I know it. You'll be a land and not a borrower. But I want to read it. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
Deuteronomy 28 verses 12. All right, get your Bible. Let's read this together. It says what? The Lord shall open... the Lord shall open to you his good treasury, the heavens, to give the rain of your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hands. And you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. Come on now. Honey, this is what hits me. We will lend to many nations and we will not borrow. And I believe that this is a generational message which has lived on beyond time. And in this season, it is going to be a great blessing to us. Honey, what do you have to say? Because I believe so strongly we are in the season of wealth creation. The world is getting to another realm, and God wants his children to begin to walk in wealth. God wants his children to begin to have ideas and to bring it into reality. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 28 verses 12 that we shall be a lender and not a borrower. Honey, what do you have to say about that?
So that it's a powerful scripture. I just pulled it up here to read it again. And it says, the Lord will open the heavens, the storehouses of his bounty. Depending on which translation you're reading. Let me go to another translation. Okay. So the Lord will open to you his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain to your land in its season, and to bless all the work of your hands. And like you said, you shall lend to many nations, but you shall not borrow. And I think we quote this scripture. We pray this scripture But in order for us to become lenders to nations and not borrowers of nations, there's a prerequisite to the promise.
Come on now.
God says, I'm going to open up the heavens and I'm going to send the rain. And so the open heavens is God's part. But he says, I'm going to bless all the works of your hands. So in order for you to become a lender to nations, your hands have to be at work doing something. And I think because we quote this scripture, we pray this scripture, we think that God is going to open the heavens. God himself is going to do the work, and that we're going to be lenders and not borrowers. But
wow.
God says,
Honey, wait, I'm not cutting you. So it means that God is not going to do the work.
He said, I'm blessing the works of your hands.
Whoa. Come on now.
But I'm going to open the heavens, but I'll bless you, the works of your hands. And so in order for us to step into this promise, we have to be working. We have to be doing something in order for God to bless it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So we got to be working. We got to be doing something for God to bless us. Number one thing I want you to first of all catch today, that God will not do certain things for you. All right. He's only opened the heavens by the work got to be done by his children. If you were a child of God, you cannot just sit down and you cannot just be stuck to just one type or kind of income. You got to be open to what we call streams of income. And that is the realm that we are in right now. And I believe so strongly that this is a message for this season and era, that if we all can rise up and be the kind of lenders God wants us to be, we're going to be able to change the world. Right, honey?
Yeah. And so if you think about farmers, right?
Yeah.
Farmers, they till the ground, they plant the seed, but they cannot cause the rain to fall themselves.
Oh, wait now. Don't stop it, honey. Honey, stop it. I told you to behave yourself. But it's okay. There's moments with the Levite, Fletcher Narh, and I told you. See, this is so deep, honey. I want you to look in this camera and say what you just said again. What you just said again.
Okay, I'm going to behave.
No, go ahead. And you just feel free. I'm telling you. It's all about you.
Any harvester, any farmer, they till the ground, they prepare the ground, they remove the weeds, they plant the seed, but they do not have the ability to cause the rain to fall.
Wow.
And so as children of God, we till the ground, we plant the seed, but it's God who brings the increase.
Whoa.
And so the rain is necessary and for whatever the farmer put in the ground to grow. And so they plant a seed, whatever type of seed they put in the ground, they are praying for the rain to fall on that seed so that there will be an increase. And so God says, I'm going to bless the works of your hands. So whatever you sow, whatever you put in the ground, whatever you invest, that is your part. And God is the one that brings the increase on what you put in the ground.
Wow. This is so deep. Apostle Bernard, Dr. Bernard Taylor says, please, how can I become successful and wealthy like you? Stop it, man of God. You are seeing, I know what you got. I know what you're getting. Come on. But it is still important that we all still have streams of income. And we've been talking about this, and so I'm telling everybody here that First Lady is saying right here that the rain is necessary, but the sowing, the plowing is important. Is investment. Putting the seed in the ground. Yeah. That God cannot. The rain can fall. The rain falls on everybody, right. But you got to make sure that you have sowed that seed.
And so when the rain falls, you have two type of people: people who have put seed in the ground and people who haven't.
Wow.
And so who's going to yield a harvest? Only those who have put seed in the ground, those who have invested, those who have worked. They are the ones that will walk away with a harvest. But for you to sit there and pray for a harvest, but you haven't put anything in the ground, it's not possible.
Wow.
It's not possible.
So I believe so. It means that a lot of Christians are just waiting up because, honey, I've heard people say several times, I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to pray about this. I don't know whether this is the right thing for me to do. This is the right business for me. I mean, God says, I wish above all things that your soul may prosper and be in good health in James. So, I mean, what do you have to say to people? Sometimes people everybody want to make money. Everybody, it's not just about making money, but having financial freedom.
Yeah.
And I believe that in the season, that's what everybody needs. And the children of God must rise up to financial freedom so that we can take the gospel to every corner of the world.
Yeah.
So, honey, what do we do to break that genes? Because I believe so strongly that we not having financial freedom is as a result of where. It's because of how we think, how we do it, and it's because we are not sowing anything. We are wasting our time. We are complaining. So, honey, I want you to explain to somebody. I want you to explain to somebody who is struggling with, he believes, yes, you know what? Yes, I gotta make it. I need to walk in wealth. I need to have financial freedom. But it's like something is holding that person.
Yeah.
What you gonna say to that person?
So, I was that person. What do you do when you know there's something great on the inside of you? What do you do when you know the life that you're living is not the life that God has shown you, that God has promised you, that even prophecy has come, but you have not seen a manifestation of it? Like, what do you do when you're in that place? And I believe many people are in that place due to several things. One being fear, fear of stepping out of the boat, fear of failure. Some people have the fear of success. What if I actually step out and it works? What do I do next? I don't know what to do next.
Well, what if it doesn't work?
Right. So fear of failure. What if I take this risk and what I step in to do does not work? But anything that is rooted in fear is not of God.
Whoa. Repeat that again. Anything rooted in fear is not of God.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that, honey?
Because the Bible says, God says, for I haven't given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind.
Wow.
So God's spirit is a fear. And until we as children of God learn how to deal with that spirit, we will not step into what God has for us. Every time you see every great person that was about to do something in the Bible, every great leader, Jeremiah, the prophets, God will constantly have to tell them, fear not, for I am with you. And so I believe every time we're on the brink or we're about to step into something that God has for us, fear shows up.
Wow.
And we have to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to step out because I believe this is what God has for me? Or am I going to stay stuck because I'm allowing fear to keep me hostage?
So a lot of people have allowed fear to invade their minds, their heart, their soul, that they are afraid to even have a financial freedom.
Fear cripples you.
Whoa.
Fear handicaps you. I know a lot of times we talk about deliverance, we talk about a lot of different things, but many people they're stuck in fear. Fear cripples you. You cannot move. You're afraid. You're afraid of, what if I make the wrong decision? What if I step out and I miss God? That was something that I struggle with because I want to live a life that's pleasing unto God. So I would be afraid, what if I do this and this is not in the will of God? What if I make this decision that's not in the will of God? And so until you break out of that, you can't step into what God has for you.
Wow. Until you break out of fear, it will be hard to step into what God has for you. In other words, it's going to be very hard to step into financial freedom.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is fear. I love what the Bible says in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verses 7. He says that what? For the reason that it says that for the Spirit of God gave us, for the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power.
Yeah.
Love and self-discipline.
That's key.
I love that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are timid. A lot of people are afraid to start to do something that's going to change their lives.
Yeah. And yes, there's deliverance, but sometimes you have to say no to fear.
Oh my God.
Sometimes there may not be anyone that can cast it out of you and say, come out, and you may not have a dramatic deliverance, but sometimes you have to look fear in the face and say, no, I'm going to step out. Because the Bible said without faith it's impossible to please God. So I cannot be a child of God and be stuck and afraid and think that I'm stepping into what God has for me. He said without faith you can't please me.
Wow.
And faith is the opposite of fear.
Wow. Faith is the opposite of fear. So a lot of people who are afraid, they are afraid because they've lost faith.
Yeah.
Because there is nobody on earth that's going to have faith. They ain't have what?
Fear.
That you cannot have fear and faith at the same time. Mm-hmm. Say they are all FF. Oh, Lord, help me. Come on now.
That's
so
true.
If you are afraid, you can never have faith.
Yeah.
If you are living in fear, you can never walk in faith. Mm-hmm. Listen again. If you are living in fear, you can never walk in faith. And God wants us to walk in faith. And faith without works is dead. So your works is your seed. Your works is your investment. Your works is your investment, what you do. So honey, what do you have to say? Because if we're talking about, now we understand that fear. Mm-hmm. Yes, Samuel, my son, Samuel Revelation from Ghana, Africa says, no to fear.
Yeah.
I want everybody to write that. No to fear. Say no to fear. I want somebody to write that right now, that no more fear. No to fear. No more fear. So it ain't no demon hindering us. It is the spirit of fear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow, honey. So when a person comes out of fear, after you come out of fear, and how do you now begin to venture into opportunities?
So what?
Yeah.
So people say that faith stands for false evidence appearing real.
That's right.
And so a lot of times what we do, we paint this scenario in our head that, oh, if I do this, this is all that's going to happen, right? So
Right.
it's false evidence appearing real.
Okay.
It's not the reality. It's not what God says. But until we say no to fear, we cannot take that step of faith.
Wow. Until you say no to fear, you can never take that step of faith. So somebody says, you know what? Oh, yeah, I want to have a lot of faith. No, just kick out the fear.
Yeah.
All right, slash out the fear, and you're gonna be able to have faith. Now get ready. Don't go yet. I want you to share this. This is Moments with the Levite, Fletcher Narh, and I'm here with the First Lady, our great mommy here, who is doing justice to today's program today. You're going to hear things that will change your mind. Within the space of few months, what is happening to our lives, what is happening to her, and what we are doing right now. We're going to introduce to y'all, and you can ask every question. I said to myself, and we sat down as a family, that what God is doing in our lives is not going to be just for us, but it's going to be for people who needs financial freedom, just like we are walking out of it right now. And that is why we are here, that we want to impact a lot of families around the world. This ain't just about us. This is about everybody bringing freedom to your life, to your soul, to your spirit, to your family, community, and the world at large. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready to hear something that's going to change your mind. Hey, Nako Yonike Bedu Ado, all the way from UK. Bless you, my daughter. He says no to fear. Bright Aqua says no to fear. Yes, keep typing that and share this with your friend, because we are about to open you up to things that will change your life for good today. Don't go yet. We're going to go for a short break. We're going to be right back. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome y'all back again to Moments with the Levite and my guest for today. And we are trying to break this down with my great guest, my dear wife, my better half, my whole life, And First Lady Patrice Fletcher Narh is in the house. And I know y'all are being blessed. Honey, I want you to tell me, What has been the break for you in this season of financial freedom? What has been the break? Because we're going to introduce people to that. But what has been the break for you in this season?
So the shift that has happened, first it started in me. And so I know that we all have promises from God. We all have prophetic words. We all have things that God has shown us. But until I made a decision that I am not going to allow fear or anything to keep me stuck, that is where the shift started. And so many people feel that they feel stuck. They feel as if they can't get ahead. They feel as if they don't know what to do. They feel like nothing will ever change for me. This is my life. This is how I have to live until I leave this earth. And that is not true. That is not what God has for you. But until you decide that this is not what God has for me, and I'm going to believe the promises of God over my life no matter what my situation or circumstance is. And so a lot of times God will give us a promise that's opposite of our circumstance. He will give us a promise that's opposite of what we currently see, to see if we're going to believe him.
Wow.
But to believe him is not enough. We show him that we believe him by what? Our works.
That's right.
And so if God has promised me, if God has promised someone, he promised you a home, he promised you, a new job, he promised you a business. For us to think that God gave us the promise and that thing is going to fall from heaven, it's not true. And I think that's what we created in our faith.
Wow.
We created that we hear a prophet, we hear a great man or woman of God and say, I see keys, I see God giving out cars, God giving out houses, and people are doing cartwheels to receive that prophecy. But then they go back home and years later, nothing has changed. And they want to call the man of God a false prophet, or that the prophecy was false. No, you did not work the prophecy. Every prophecy we have to work the prophecy. We have to partner with what God said. If God has promised me a house, I can't think I can have bad credit and the house is going to fall from heaven. No, I position myself and I show God, I have this promise and I believe you, and I'm going to take the necessary steps to get there. I may not know every step. You may not know every steps, but sometimes you just have to take one. And God sees, my daughter trusts me, my son trusts me, and he's going to lead us. The Bible says the steps of the righteous are ordered, which means you and I have to be stepping. As we move, God is ordering our steps. We don't stand still and ask God to drop every step in our lap and show us every way. No. As I take one step, he's going to show me the next. As I take the second step, he's going to show me the next step.
Wow. As you take the next step, God is going to show you the next one. As you take the next one, he's going to show you the bigger one. Ain't nothing's going to happen for us until we take the steps in bringing financial freedom. And for me, I believe so strongly that this is the season, honey. We have seen it within this few months. There has been a shift. I want you to tell them about the shift, because we're going to introduce them. And anybody that want to ask question about this, we gonna answer every question about Forex trading. Ladies and gentlemen, there are over 6.3 trillion that is being released in Forex trading for everybody to have access to. Now, this is what the banks use your money for. All right? But ain't nobody have a problem with that when the banks are using their money. But when you hear about Forex trading, you get scared. No, we got a secret for you. We got something that will change your life. It has started with us. It has started with the people around us. And there is a shift in our life. There is a mighty shift in our lives right now. And sweetie, honey, I want you to tell them about it. Hey, Yakwadama says no to fear. Yes, God bless you. No to fear. I want everybody to share. Who's watching? Keep watching. I want you to share right now. Honey, tell them right now what has been the change for us. I told y'all, Jesus said that I became poor, that you might be rich. But we have tongue-speaking Holy Ghost people, and we are always waiting for somebody to give us money. We are waiting for something to come from somewhere. We are waiting for somebody to sow into us. Now, we decided we also going to be givers and sowers. And we are going to invest for our children's children, for the ministry, for the people around us, and to the world at large. And there is a shift in our lives like never before. And we want to introduce y'all to that. And I know everybody wondering to ask, what is the shift? Tell them about it, honey. And let's give them the opportunity. If you want your life to receive that freedom, you've been working for somebody, that's fine. But there are more things you can do. Streams of income is one of the ways you can take a step for God to water it. All right? For God to water it. So I want, honey, mommy, you're going to tell them. First lady, tell them what they got to know.
Yeah, so in the last month or 2 months, we came across an opportunity that changed our lives. And one of the things that we discovered is that poverty is a mindset. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. So those who think they're not capable, that's exactly what's going to happen in your life. Wow, that's
deep. Poverty is a mindset.
Yeah.
Come on,
as a man thinketh, so is he. And so when you truly begin to change your thought pattern, you will change your life.
Oh, come on now. Repeat it, honey. That's so deep right now. If you begin to change your thought pattern, you're going to change your life.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so when we sat down and we began to say, what do we want our life to look like? And I believe, just being honest, I think many people are not dreaming anymore because life has beat everything out of them, right? Just their situations, just hardship, just trying to make it day by day. People are afraid to dream. And so one night, Apostle Prophet Levite, my hubby, we sat down and we started talking about what we want our life to look like, right? We started dreaming about how big, what do we want the house to look like? What do we want this to look like?
The ministry
to look like.
And the people around us.
Yeah, and the people around us. And so when this opportunity came to us, it's like something just clicked. It was like a light bulb went off because when God, wealth is not the amount of money that you have.
Oh, come on now.
Wealth is not the things you obtain. It's not the size of your house or the type of car, whether it's a Ferrari or whatever type of car. Lamborghini. That's not wealth. Wealth is you being able to not only impact your family, but the lives of those around you.
Wow.
That's legacy. That is wealth. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And so wealth is an inheritance. Wealth is something that's generational. And I think that many people are not able to plan for generations because they can't even take care of their own selves, which is just the reality of what's happening. And so when we came across the opportunity, we saw something that would permit us not only for our lives to change, which it has already changed in the shortest period of time, but to impact the other people around us. And so one of the things that there's a saying that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day, but you teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And so any great mentor or leader in your life, you can tell their value in your life is because your life is better because of them. And it's not just because they give you, it's because they empower you to be able to do the same for other people.
Wow. So wait, honey, I ain't caught you right there.
Sorry.
So we gotta come to a place, if we want to have financial freedom, we gotta come to a place whereby we are not just looking at what people can give us.
Yeah.
Because whatever somebody gives you, you still can't, because they give it to you because you have something to do with it. And the moment before it comes, it's already gone. But you need people that will mentor you to begin to walk in financial freedom. You don't need people that will just be giving you. All righty? You need people that will mentor you so that you're going to learn how to also give to have an increase. You understand what I'm talking about? And that's why we're here today. We're going to show you one of the things that really has impacted us and is still working right now. And if you can adhere to it, it's going to change your life for good too.
Yeah.
Come on, honey.
I remember a couple of months ago, I told you that, it was a couple of months ago, I said, I just would love to sit down with a millionaire, someone who is wealthy, and they don't have to give me anything. They just need to teach me everything they know.
Wow.
And I said that months ago.
That's right.
And so sometimes you can tell that you're ready for a shift. It's not what people give you, it's what people teach you. Because what you learn, no one can ever take it away from you.
Wow.
But what is given to you can easily be lost. And so
wow.
you have to get out of that mentality if you want to step into wealth, if you want to step into abundance. Jesus said, I came that you may have life and life more abundantly.
Come on.
Why is it as children of God, we're just living? We have life, but we haven't stepped into abundant life. And that's because of our thinking. But once we encounter this individual who is such an amazing, in the last couple of months, we've sat down with billionaires, and we just been like a sponge, learning everything that we can. And so we've learned about this opportunity and how it's not only changed our lives, but now it's changing other people and empowering them to be able to build a legacy for their own generation.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. So, honey, I want us to tell them about it. So it's very much important. If you are not connected to a billionaire or millionaire, you can never become it, because there are principles that God has laid down for us to walk in wealth. Don't think that walking in wealth, or having financial freedom is means you're going to hell. Nope. Because God created us on this earth that we will multiply. The multiplication in Genesis 26 verse, when God made man, Genesis 28 verse, chapter 1. Genesis 28 verse, chapter 1. He said, let man take dominion and rule over the fishes of the sea, the birds of the air, over every creeping thing, and let man have what? Dominion. Now, God, see, it is so deep right here. In John chapter 21, verses 6, he says, cast your net into the other side. So Jesus picked up disciples, but he was showing them how to begin to have more. Because you cannot give what you don't have. Are you here with me, somebody? So, honey, I want you to tell them. And I want you to tell them, what did we do? Especially with Forex trading.
Yes.
The shift in Forex trading. And that's what the bank does with your money. Now, God says, I'm giving y'all the opportunity. You can trade a home. You can trade at home. You can trade anywhere. Yes, you got a job, but listen, there are two people on earth, and I told y'all, there are two people. Number one person, one works very hard. The second person works very smart. And if you want to work very smart, I'm telling you that Forex trading is one of the things that will change your life. Honey, I've seen you. We have been doing it. Within the few days. Today you made trades. A few days ago you made every day. How has that impacted you? How did this Forex trading you, especially with I Am Mastery Academy? This organization, how it has impacted you, and how can people get into this?
Yes. So the first,
tell them about Forex trading.
Yeah.
I just want to be a host. I'm a host and all that, and a guest at the same time. But I want you to tell them, because now we talked about all about, what the Word of God says. Now let's bring you into the step that you got to take, the moves that you got to make, how to connect into things or businesses or organizations that is going to bring about your freedom when it comes to finances. How can you impact your family? I'm going to make First Lady to do that, honey. So I'm going to let you tell them in a little bit what it means, what Forex trading means, And what we're doing right in the Forex trading we're doing right now, the impact it has brought into our lives and how they can get into it. Over to you, babe.
Yes. Okay, so just to explain a little bit about what Forex trading is, for those who don't know, it's the foreign exchange market. So just like every country has a currency, U.S. we have the dollar, Ghana has the cedis, Japan has the yen. So every country has currency. And so what Forex trading is, you're simply trading currency.
Wow.
Just like if I was to go right now to Germany, I would have to take my dollars and I would have to buy euros, right?
That's right.
Because that's the currency that's being used in Germany. And so Forex trading is the simply trading of currency. And so whenever you deposit money into your bank, let's say you put money into your savings account or your checking account, the bank is investing your money. Let's say I deposit $100 in my savings account. My bank may give me it may take only a few cents interest, right? Or they may only give me a few cents on that investment, but they're going to take that $100 while it's sitting in my checking. I can log into my bank and see my money there, but it's not sitting there. What they're doing, they're taking that money and they're growing that money. But any profit that's made on my $100, the bank does not give it to me.
That's right.
The bank itself is keeping it. So that's how the bank is making money, right? They take our money, they trade it, they invest it, they loan it out to other people. They trade currency on the foreign exchange market. And so that's how the banks make money. And so it wasn't until a few years ago that this industry was opened up to people like you and I. And so how this has changed my life is because we now have control over our finances.
That's right.
And so whatever your financial goal is, you have control over it. For example, if a person comes in and they come in as they want to learn trading. Trading is a skill set. People may think, oh, this is a scam. It's not a scam. It's a skill set, something that you actually study, something where you learn how to read charts, you learn how to read how money is moving, what point do you want to enter into the trade, what point do you want to come out of trade. It's not something that, it's not gambling. It's an actual skill set that wealthy people do. Every wealthy person, if you sit down and you talk to a person who is a multi-millionaire, they will tell you they are an investor. We think they own a business and that's it. Every multi-millionaire has at least 7 streams of income. If we look at what happened with the pandemic, how many people were out of work? How many people lost their jobs, not only in America, but all over the world? We heard from people in Ghana how it was hard for them to even get food.
Over 20 million people in America has lost their job.
Yeah.
Over 20 million in this pandemic.
In America. And so we're talking people who are, from working at a store to people who are working for the government. People were impacted by the pandemic. And one of the things I will share, if this pandemic has taught you anything, if it has taught us anything, is that you have to position yourself where you're not dependent on one thing. Because if that thing falls through, what if you lose your job? What, God forbid, if you get sick? What if something happens and that company closes down? What's going to happen to your family? And so this market has given us control over our own future, where before we thought we would have to work hard and do all of this and that to reach a point. But because we acquired a new skill set, now we know, okay, this is our goal. Our goal is to trade and make this amount every month. And if we continue to compound this, by the end of this year, this is what we'll have. And this is helping us reach our goal. And so that's what this industry is. I know a lot of people are always skeptical about new things, but it's something that's been going on for years that you just didn't know about. It's something that's been going on for years that we just didn't have access to. And so for those who are serious about their future, see, one of the things I realized, hoping and planning are 2 different things.
Whoa. Come on now, honey. Break that down. Hoping and planning are two different things.
Yeah.
Why you say that?
I say that because many of us hope, but we don't have a plan in place for that
Wow.
to become our reality.
Oh,
I can hope for a house. I can hope to be able to save now so our children will have their tuition saved for. I can hope that something good will come my way, or I can strategically
I can hope
plan
for things for the ministry.
Yeah, we can hope for things for the ministry. We can hope for.
But in a few days, you remember how the opportunity God made for us, and the things we were able to purchase because we want to take our broadcast, our media to another level, and it wasn't something we're hoping for. We did what? What did we do?
We had to work.
We had to work.
Yeah.
Come on now.
We had to put the work in.
That's right.
And so many people are hopeful. Many people are wishing. But wishing never brings you closer to your goals. It never brings you closer to the life that you truly want to live. And so I just want to encourage all of the people that are watching us, have a plan. Where do you want your life to be even at the end of this year? Where do you want your life to be next year? And not just hoping, but actually have a strategy to reaching that goal. And so that's what this opportunity has afforded us. It has afforded us control over our future, over our generations, over the ministry. If we want to, we have plans even for the ministry, what we want to achieve, what we want to do. But how many of you know it all takes resources?
It does. Come on now.
I didn't tell you this yesterday, but
Tell me, baby.
I had this thought that, there's a lot of people have a problem with the prosperity gospel, right?
That's
people preaching wealth and money. People hate the prosperity gospel. But I told myself yesterday, I said, I'm going to prosper the gospel with my prosperity.
Oh, come on now. Wait a second, honey. Wait. Honey, wait. What did you just say?
I said people have a problem with the prosperity gospel. They don't like when people preach on prosperity. I said that's no problem. I will prosper the gospel with my prosperity because it takes money for us to do the work of God, for missions, for orphanages. It takes money. And so our goal, we're going to prosper the gospel with our prosperity. For people who think it takes money, why is it? The Bible says the wealth of the wicked is laid up, stored up for the righteous.
Come on,
and we think that we're going to get that wealth by prayer. No. If something is stored up, if I need something that's stored up, I have to reach up and grab it. I have to take a step and grab what has already been stored up, what has already been promised to us. And so I believe even prophetically, we're in the biggest wealth transfer that's about to happen, that millionaires are literally going to sprout up overnight. That is what the Lord was showing me yesterday, that people will go from poverty to millions in a matter of no time because God is positioning his children for the biggest wealth transfer for what is coming, because of the harvest, because of the revival, because God wants his children seated in places and positions that we will have influence, that people will listen to us because we have the resources, we have the land, we have the property. So our governors, our senators, our leaders will seek our counsel because of the influence we have in our communities. And so for those of you who are sitting on the fence, if you're not careful, you're going to miss this shift.
Jesus. Come on.
If you're not careful, you're going to miss the move of God in this season. So you have to discern this season. The Bible says the sons of Issachar knew the seasons. They understood the season. They understood the time. And prophetically, we're on the edge of the biggest wealth transfer. And those who have had, it's like a level playing field. You know how they said that the wealth was only for the 2% or the 3%. No, God himself is going to level the playing field because he's tired of his own children struggling and reaching for crumbs while those at the top are perverted and wicked. And God says, I know I can trust you. So there is going to be a shifting that's going to happen. And if you're not careful, you will miss it. But don't miss it. Step into this season and take risks. When you see it and something in you, it's saying, this is my moment. This is my opportunity. Don't worry about the logistics. Just step and move. And God himself is going to show you. And that's what we did in this season. When this business came, when Forex came to us, we saw the opportunity and we said, this is our moment. And so we've learned a new skill. We're learning a new skill set that nobody can take away from us. No matter what the economy does, we have a skill set that I can sit in the comfort of my home. Even if my job will not open, even if they close, I can still sit down and invest and reinvest my money so that I can better my family. I can better my family. See, people can take things away from you, but they cannot take your knowledge. They cannot take what you know. Nobody can ever take that away from you. And as children of God, we have to position ourselves. We have to learn something new. We have to step out there. We have to be bold, be courageous, not be afraid, and learn something new. And so Forex trading is simply investing your own money. See, we know how to spend. We know how to consume. We know how to buy things. But do you know how to make your money grow even without you doing anything? And so that's what this is. Forex trading is me growing my money so that my money will continue to reproduce and it grow and expand. So even in the future, months to come, I have a bigger resource available for me and my family.
See, honey, I feel the anointing right now. See, but I don't just feel the anointing for worshiping. I feel the anointing talking about financial freedom.
Yeah. It's I feel season.
See, everybody gonna be honest with me. I mean, see, listen to me. There is something right now, as First Lady shares right now, what my wife is sharing right now, it's so deep. It's so deep. And you better say, the man of God, see, I want to know this. I'm calling you. You better DM us. You better DM me. Send me a message now and ask, like, what do I need to do? Now, you can decide not to do that. But remember, when we get on the train, we're going to be far gone. Because something is happening right now. You got to be real to know that this is real. When you are not real, you will never think this is real. Honey, I'm listening to you.
So this is not for everyone. And I'll say that. This is not for anyone who is comfortable and complacent with where they are. This is for those who are sick and tired of being tired, who know there's something greater in them. This is for those who knows there's something. This is not it. There's something more. There has to be more. This is for those who have been praying for years. God, show me. God, show me. God, show me. This is for those people that have been praying in the secret place and seeking the face of God for a breakthrough. And sometimes breakthrough does not happen until you take a step.
Wow.
And so what Forex trading is, you investing your own money. Nobody is doing anything with your money. You have control over your money.
That's right.
You're going to open a broker account. You're going to put your money into that account, right? You're going to invest your own money. And based on your financial goal, you may say in the next 6 months, in the next 3 months, I want to accomplish this. And based on that goal, you will have a plan in place that you will be able to reach that goal by simply investing. We have people that the financial market is open 24/7. We have people who wake up at 5 a.m., people who trade at 2 a.m., people who trade throughout the day. Even me, sometimes I'm on my lunch break and I spend my 1 hour trading. And so it's something people may say, I don't have time. You can trade. It does not matter. People have been within... Yesterday, 2 days ago, we watched live a gentleman trade, and he made $93,000 in 5 minutes.
That's right, $93,000 in 5 minutes. We saw it right here. How long are you working and where are you working right now? How much energy are you putting into the business you want to start?
You know how many people work? How many hours do people work to make $93,000? People will work 365 days, and some people may never see that money in a full year.
Some people in America will work for 365 days to even earn that amount, $90,000 and beyond. Some people will never see it because when a lot of things comes into play, is bills and all of them, family and children and all that comes in, believe me, you can never even have this. There is no opportunity like this about Forex trading. And if there is anything to venture in, we are seeing the changes. Honey, how many trades did you make even today?
Today alone, 5. I think it was 4 or 5. No, 5 trades.
You made 5 trades and you cleared how many? You cleared about 3 or 4.
No, I cleared. So maybe it was it? Yeah, maybe 5. Yes, I cleared about 4. 4 trades.
5 trades. So you barely see and when you follow the compounding system, you be shocked that you have just little losses. You're literally winning every day, and you're gonna be shocked that with $500 in America, you even have to use $500 to open a broker account.
Yeah.
To open a broker account.
And some people in other
but
countries,
in Africa, in other countries in Africa, you can use as little as $100.
$50.
You can use as little as $50. What are you using your $50 for? You cannot expect a financial freedom when what you want right now is money to buy a new phone.
Yeah, we recently, there was a gentleman in Nigeria, right?
There was a gentleman in Nigeria who joined. What happened? Say it.
He said that he had money set aside to buy a new iPhone.
That's right.
But when he heard about it, he said, you know what? I'm going to take this money and invest it, and I can buy all the phones I want.
You can buy all the phones you want. You know, you got to sacrifice something. You got to die for something before you can gain what you want to gain. Other than that, listen, it ain't just going to happen. With you having the financial freedom and you having the wealth creation mindset, all right, you need to break however you think now. You don't say that I'm just waiting and and then I'll get better. No, it starts right now. It starts right now. Can you imagine in just about 2 months how our lives would have been without we not knowing about this? And everybody around us is being transformed. You too can be transformed. And Forex trading, now, years ago, it was hard. People had to pay so much. My mentor, who is a millionaire, multimillionaire, Mr. Alan Anthony, who was my guest on Moments about a week or 2 ago, he had to spend about 12,000 pounds to learn how to trade. In this season, we are opportune to be part of I Am Master Academy. And how much do you have to pay to start this, honey? Somebody might be asking, this change you're seeing. What do you have to do to be part of this organization? Because this is one of the fastest growing organizations that is bringing freedom and impacting more lives around you. How much does it cost to do that?
Yeah. And so for $235, you can enroll in the academy. So just to
in Ghana, $200, 35, whatever. In Ghana is about 1,000 something Ghana cedis. In Nigeria, it's about 90 something thousand, close to 100,000 naira. See, you have a plan. You want to buy something. You want to buy some clothes. You want to buy that. Keep that money and get into Forex trading. You want to know how? In fact, there are a lot of Forex trading out there, but you got to know which one is really working. Be connected with people with integrity. You can DM us, DM me, send me a message and say, sir, say prophet, say brother, say my mentor, I want a shift, financial freedom. I want to build something that's going to impact my generations upon generations. I want to start something that if I'm not around, for whatever reason, my children's children are going to benefit from it. All right? Just send us a message and we're going to show you how.
Yeah.
Hey, God bless you. Pastor Afori Mensah. It's a bishop. God bless you. And First Lady, God bless you. Yeah. Bless you. That's my number one.
We love and miss you.
That's right. Mommy say she misses you. That's my number one fashion designer in Africa. Now, hear me. So, honey, how do people join? and tell us the prospects with this business before we draw the curtains down and we give out
So
last
I
words.
wanna explain what the academy is. And so the academy, just like if you were to go to university, you have to pay tuition to go to school to learn, right? And so
Yeah.
the academy is it's a platform where you learn the skill.
Okay.
And so we have educators, trainers, teachers who do live sessions.
That's right.
And so you join the session, they will give you information. They will also take live trades, and you will sit there and take the trade with them. So before you learn how to analyze the market yourself, or as you're learning that, you have access to over 100 educators in different languages who will actually teach you how to start trading. And so that is what the academy gives you access to. There is something called scanners. And so this is the scanners actually scan the market, and they tell you prospective trades that you should make. And so if you were to go and try to pay and get access to a scanner on your own, it's very expensive, but that is all included in your membership, in your membership. All of that is included. And so you get access to the educators. You get there are almost 90 videos. So before you start trading, what you actually do, you start going through the academy. And so the academy has about 90 short videos from 1 minute to 5 minutes teaching you everything about trading. So for some people like me, I've never traded before. I tried one time
Just like
to
me.
buy stock on the stock market. And so I put $100 in the stock market, and I lost everything because I didn't have anybody to teach me anything about it. I didn't know. I thought, okay, if I put this money in, it's going to grow and I'm going to be rich, and I lost it. So what the academy videos are, they teach you everything. They teach you, the basics, the fundamentals of trading. And so we have people who have never traded before. We have kids, teenagers,
That's right.
who are trading, who have learned to
They
trade.
are 16 years. We have the twin
The trading twins.
the trading twins.
Yes.
They are trading. They are 16 years. How old are you? How old are you?
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got no excuse. Ain't God gonna come from on high? Ain't nobody you expecting to help you's gonna help. You gotta get up, help yourself. You've been hearing about this. Don't joke with this. All right, honey. So what do they have to do to be part of it? No, tell them what you're saying.
Yeah, so the first step is you take a few days, you go through the academy, you watch the videos, you learn the fundamentals about trading. The next thing is that you will be able to set up a demo account, a practice account with practice money with a broker, and you will spend a few days following the educators and practicing with fake money.
That's
So
right.
you're not even going to lose any of your money because you're practicing with fake money, but it gives you a feel on how to take trades. So it's an actual broker account, but the broker is going to give you practice money in your account. So that you can trade with that broker. So that is what happens next. And then after that, you'll start trading with the educators, and then you'll be able to trade your own money. And so we have, as Bishop mentioned, there is something called compounding, right?
That's right. The compounding system, yes.
Yeah.
Compounding system.
And so the compounding system is simply you keep reinvesting.
That's
So
right.
investing is something. Let me. I think it's important to say.
Yeah,
this.
break it down. When it comes to
Investing is something that is long term,
It's
right?
long term, yeah.
Most people think that. I'll say it this way. It's not. You have access to your money at any time. Whenever you want to make a withdrawal, you can. But if, for example, let's say we invest $500 in our broker account and we trade every day. With the compounding system, that $500 will become $175,000.
$1,000 by December.
Yes, it could become $175,000 by December, or more or less, depending on what your goals are and depending on how many days you want to trade in a week. And so the compounding system, again, if you were to wait 6 months, how long would it take you to come up with $175,000?
Never. Never. No amount of prayer.
Because you still have bills.
No
you
amount of
still
prayer.
have-
The reason I'm saying no amount because I I prayed about a lot of things when I was a child.
Yeah.
And I never saw it. Ain't that God is wicked? But God says that your mind is wicked. Why? Because you haven't taken opportunity.
Yeah.
You say, I got faith, but you were scared to start something.
Right.
Oh my God. Leon said, Joseph Leonardo La Rosa.
Our
Hey,
son.
Leonardo.
We love you.
Hey, bless you, buddy. That's my granny right there. He says, love you, Papa and Mommy. This is truly amazing. I am part of this, and we are gonna be financially free, helping others together.
Leon,
love you, buddy.
We want you to post your testimony. Leon has already started trading.
That's right.
He started learning the skills. So Leon, just post in a few sentences, like what has this done for you?
That's right. The next time I should have brought you on
you
on
have
this
to
thing.
come on live.
Hey, I should have brought you on what we call it
Moments.
we should have brought him. I mean, he could have still be on. I forgot. We should have sent him the link, the switcher link.
That's true.
Man, we would have just gotten you on to say, but we want you to post your testimony. Leon is part of our team. I'm telling you, and we are seeing an amazing shift. Alrighty. Now, this hasn't stopped us from praying. This hasn't stopped us from fasting. This hasn't stopped us from reading the Word. Let me tell you. But this is giving us a proof of the Bible I've been reading since I was a child. This has been giving me proof of the fastings I've took. When I was 8 years old, I was fasting every month, 2 weeks every month. Can you count that? If I was trading 2 weeks every month, can you imagine? Like by now, come on. We'll be touching the world like never before. We'll be touching the world positively. You too can make it. You too can trade. And we thank God for this organization that we are in. And it is amazing. Now, we're going to talk about the other part of it. So, honey, everybody can trade.
Everyone should trade.
Oh, my God. Everyone should trade. First Lady says everyone should trade.
If I know what I know now,
Jesus.
my life would be totally different.
Okay, honey, wait. You have degrees. You
Yes,
have your
I have
masters.
2 of them.
How many degrees you have?
2.
2 of them.
I have a bachelor's and master's. I'm an advocate for education. Our kids will still get a degree, but they will still trade.
Oh my God. I feel the baby leaping. Ooh, hey, honey, this is the first time I heard this from you.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It means that this is serious.
It is.
I can see the passion. Because, honey, we push our kids into, you're going to do that. Somebody says, you know what? The kind of money football is making, the moment I give birth to her son, somebody said, I'm going to put a ball right by it. I said, baby, place it. Daddy, I don't want it. No. Play it.
Yeah.
Because you know what comes out of it. We're taking our kids to school, not to just be educated. Education is bringing solution. Education in order that they will have a good job so that when we are old, whatever, they can be able to take care of themselves and take care of us.
Right.
So if we have an antidote whilst they're educating, no wonder Mr. Allen is doing this.
Yeah. And his twins are going away to university.
They're going to university, but they are traders.
But they will be able to go to school and trade from their dorm room.
They'll be in school and trade in their dorms. You ain't going to come and say everything, daddy, mommy. No. You're also going to help daddy and mommy so they can build a formidable future that's going to impact everybody. And I want you to understand this. This thing about wealth transfer, it's in the Bible. This thing about wealth creation is in the Bible. I'm telling you, everybody. And until we rise up as children of God, a lot of things are going to take us by surprise. And it's already happening. Look at how this pandemic made every child of God so afraid and timid and so shy and so disturbed and bamboozled and you know what? So broken because of this shaking in the world. But you know what? You can start walking in faith and financial freedom. You can also trade so that you can make an impact in the world.
Yeah. So can I say something?
Go ahead, honey. It's you're my guest for today, but you know,
sorry. So
the two shall be one. So
I want to especially in America, I'm
Yes.
sure it's the same in Africa. We push our kids to go to school, right?
Mm-hmm.
In America, we're told by the time you graduate from high school, how do you say it? Is it high school in Ghana or grade school?
Senior high.
Senior high. You go to university. You study for 4 years. You get a degree. You get a good job. You work that job until you retire. And then, then when you retire, that's when your life starts. That's what the American dream is that they sell you. I know a lot of people look at America and they think, oh, I want to be there. The American dream is you're going to work for 50 years to retire.
That's
and
right.
people are still struggling while they're working. And so your average college graduate, if they don't have full scholarship, could walk away with $50 to $80, $90, $100,000 in college debt.
Jeez.
I have a friend who went to law school in America, and when she tells me how much she owes for her student loans, we may look at her as successful because she's a lawyer, but the amount of debt she's in
bondage.
she's
still.
in bondage. And so what we have to do also,
Now you're going to spend your entire, I'm not cutting you,
Yeah.
honey. You're going to spend your entire life to pay a debt just to acquire knowledge.
right. But what if you were trading? How fast
What
could
if you
you
were
pay
trading?
that off
It
and
means you
still
could-
be an attorney?
It means that you could have paid a lot of things off and still be an attorney,
Attorney,
and then you could also do what? Impact your family and impact the people around you.
Right.
If you're a child of God, you could win more souls. We could reach out. A lot of people are dreaming. Yeah, it's great to be in America, but cheap lifestyle. Because listen to me, you're gonna struggle. You gotta really. You ain't gonna find no dollar on the American street. And that's why I tell y'all: if somebody in America gives you $1, praise God.
Yeah.
If that person gives you $10, praise God. Because y'all, a lot of people think that being in America means no. We are working.
Yeah.
We are working so hard.
America has more sickness than any other country because of people working hard.
America has more sickness.
Health issues.
Health issues everywhere. So you can see a lot of old people and all that, they grow up and listen, it's like, you know what, all that you worked for now would have to come back and take care of you. You be in the hospital and all, they got to pay for somebody to take care of you because
And
your
not even
health,
own, you'll
your
be
health
shocked.
is beating.
Yeah.
A lot of young people, your
Young
health is
people.
beating. A lot of young people, they are so drained out.
Yeah.
It's not easy like that in America. But wait, if you are in Europe, you are in Brazil, in the Scandinavian countries, wherever you are in Africa, you can start being what you have to be. Learn to connect to opportunities like this. You can always be in America. You can always be in any part of the world. Don't let it be a dream, because no matter what, you're still going to work yourself out. So start from wherever you are, have your vision, work on something, learn to invest, trade. Because you ain't got all the years to yourself. If you say that I'm waiting to travel, no. Start making it where you are.
Yeah.
And traveling is going to chase for you.
And this is not to persuade anyone. This is to expand your thinking. Because many of us, we think one way.
That's right.
We think one way. But you can still have a career and still have a skill set and have another stream of income.
Well, I like that. Repeat that again. Honey.
Yeah, you can still have a career. You may love your job. You may love what you do. That is fine. But you still should have another stream of income that's coming. Because God forbid, if something happens, what's going to happen to you and your family? Are you going to wait and then try to figure out, or are you going to be proactive? Also, investing and trading is not just for something bad happening. Some people, when was the last time you took a vacation? Some people can't even afford a vacation because they constantly have to be at work and they don't even have money to travel. They can't take their kids. They can't take their family somewhere to relax. And so this is where this opportunity does. It provides you control over your future, your finances. Many of us, we have a job. We have to work hard to even qualify for a promotion.
That's right.
And then when you get a promotion, it's not going to still be enough money. So what are you going to do to take control over your future?
Wow. What are you going to do to take control over your own future? My God. Leonardo says, in the beginning, it was very difficult. I thought I would never get it, but the team we are with. The mentors above us are very supportive. After working together with the mentors and going on their educators live, I am trading today, and I am still a beginner. But today I made $45 in an hour. Come
Hey,
on
Leon.
now.
Leon, I'll borrow from you.
Come on now. That's my real
$45
jeans right there.
in 1 hour. So imagine someone who trades 8 hours. Like, you can trade how much time you want. From
That's right.
1 minute a day to however many hours you
and
want.
see this, and you can. That's right, and you can trade within like 5 to 6 minutes in a goal.
Yeah.
All right.
Even 1 minute.
And 1 minute, as little as 1 minute, you could make it. We made it, and we are on it. We're doing the compounding system. Hey, I see, sir here, Sir OJ Ame. I hope I got it right. He says that I just bumped into this now. Sounds interesting. Can I know more about this?
Yes.
Honey, what you gonna tell them?
Yes. We would love to talk to you. So if you can send us a message.
That's right.
We'll also send us a message. And then after this, we'll reach out to you to definitely give you more information. But we'll continue sharing it. But we would still love to speak to you about it as well.
That's right. So, oh wow, OG, you're blessed. First Lady says we still we can make time for you. We can share this with you. She'll be able to talk to you right after the broadcast. That's a good one, because we are like busy like never before. I'm telling you, like, it's hard to pick calls right now because we have to lose a lot of things, and be strong and sacrifice so that we can impact you and impact a lot of people around the world. So OJ, First Lady is going to be able to take your question, after. In fact, she will literally talk to you. All right. So we will tell you more about this. But honestly, we're talking about Forex trading, and we're talking about that everybody can trade, and you can trade at your in your comfort zone at home, at your comfort. When we're saying that, hey, there is financial freedom for us as children of God, and we are not meant to be poor. That in the days, and many of us were raised in a way that righteousness was synonymous to what we call poverty, and lack, and riches is synonymous to what to being a sinner. Yeah. Every time you're making money, people say you're a sinner. You don't know God. No problem. Stay where you at. We are where we are, but we are still filled with the Holy Ghost. Ain't nothing's going to change your mind. But we are going to make it in order that we can touch you and touch many around the world. So OJ, we're talking about Forex trading. Is a great opportunity that is coming to our lives and is blessing people around us. You can see a testimony from Leonardo right here. Oh, OJ, Sir OJ is connecting from UK. Hey, I love UK, man. I love my people. Listen, a few months ago, I think around February, I was in UK, and I loved it, man. Pastor Charles and Minister Edward and a lot of people, Amanda and Minister Sarah, they made it an awesome time, And so I'm going to come back to UK again. But this is a great opportunity that you can trade wherever you at. Whilst you're doing the job you're doing, you need to be preparing. You can't be there forever. If something should happen, that job is going to fire you. If it is okay to work for people, you believe in the business firm you are in, believe that God has also given you everything it takes that you can make money right from home and wherever you at. It is Forex trading. And Forex trading is trading against currencies. You're trading against currencies. That's what the word is. Either the dollar against the GPD, the British pound, the GBD, or
yen.
Or the Japanese yen, GPY, or euro. Yeah. So you trade. That's how the world revolves around. This is what the banks do with our money. But now we've been given an opportunity with this, with this organization, I Am Mastery Academy, that have all the scanners. You subscribe on with about like $200, and then you watch the videos you go through just within a week. You could do it as fast as you want. You learn about trading, and then I Am Mastery has what we call the live educators, and they are not leaving you to trade on your own. They are going to be with you, stay on with you. There are live educators coming on every day, and they're going to be trading with you. And you're going to be trading with your money, not anybody's money, to make money.
Yeah.
What else can God do for you? Jesus said that what he became poor, that we might be rich. But it's not just words. It's not just wishes. It is not just hoping. It is about making a step, taking a step, and being part of this great opportunity. All right? So that's what the Forex trading is about. And the next thing we're going to tell you is the other part. Whilst you are trading, what you can still make, whether you are trading or not. For the fact that you joined this organization, we want to talk about the marketing aspect, and I'm going to make First Lady Patrice Narh to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Moments with a Levite. So right a quick break, honey. Right a quick break. We come back, we're going to be telling you the opportunity that comes with the marketing aspect, how to make money whilst you are trading or whilst you're not even trading, how to make money. The bonuses aspect, how the referral aspect that's going to change your life for good. It is your time to break loose. It is your time to be free. It is your time to change the way you think. It is your time to have more so that you can make more impact and touch your world, touch your family, and everybody around you. We go for a short commercial break. Moments with a Levite. Thank you. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again. This is Moments with a Levite, Narh. And today we're excited. I'm not here by myself. I got my better half. I got my world. I got my great, great buddy in this place. My wife, First Lady Narh, is here. And we are sharing on how to have financial freedom and how to walk in the wealth creation and also how to tap into the wealth transfer in this season. I am excited, and we've been talking about Forex trading. If you missed this broadcast, come on. You got to go back because we're going to be drawing the curtains down in a moment. But before we do that, I want First Lady to tell us the other part of IMS, of our organization that we are in, apart from the trading. What can people get? Now, I want Minister Debbie. Yes, it says getting my entire family on board soon. Come on now.
Yes.
Do it. Yes, Minister Debbie, do it. But I want you to put your testimony a little bit right there. I saw Leon's testimony about trading. In the beginning, it was difficult. I quote from Leon. And I thought I would never get it, but the team we are with, the mentors above us, are very supportive. After working together with the mentors and going on their educators live, I am trading today and I am still a beginner, but I made today for myself $45 just in an hour. Do you know what that is? People are working themselves out, just making $10 an hour.
That's
$12.
the minimum wage here.
That's the minimum wage in America.
Or is it $7 or $10 per hour?
It's $7 or $10 per hour. Per an hour. But meanwhile, when you were trading, you are able to make. When you are trading, you are able to make this amount of money. Leon made $45 in an hour. Honey, how much did you make today? How much was that trade we made today?
I will check it.
Okay. So First Lady's going to check it, and he's going to tell us how much you made. I told y'all, everybody, that there is a kingdom wealth of transfer. You cannot be stuck to what you've been doing. You cannot be stuck to your job. I said there's a difference between a job in your work. You got to know what you're working for. There are two people on earth. One works very hard. I repeat, one person works very hard. The other person works smart. Works very smart. And every child of God here, you got to come to the place whereby you will work smart. You got to work smart. While you're doing the job you're doing, while you're working where you're working, what are the other streams of income you can make? And that's what we've been talking about here today. You got to join this. You got to join this opportunity. Oh, wow. Leon says, I got a testimony for you. I thank God Leon is part of our team. So Leon says, bless you, son. He said, I was working for $10 an hour.
Wow.
Before quarantine. And you were laid off. You didn't add that one. I'm going to add that one. Now I work and I made $45 in an hour.
Wow.
$45 in an hour.
You don't need that job anymore, Leon.
Oh my God. You see, First Lady says you don't need that job anymore. Leon, you heard the mommy says that. Okay, you better take a living. Now, Mr. Joe says, don't get left behind. Be proactive.
Yeah.
It's about time to be proactive.
So I'm going to tell you guys, too, what we made. And we did 1 hour trade earlier today. But before I do, I want to let you guys know that we have a team. So some people may think, I'm interested. What does that look like? We have a team. Our team is in Trinidad. It's all over. We have a team based here in America, in Trinidad. We've expanded to Nigeria. We're expanding to Ghana. So we have a team that we work together. We have a whole group page where we all work together. We come for meetings. We have trainings online. And we're building one another. So you will not be alone. You will be a part of this family and this team. And we will be your coaches, your mentors, to make sure you reach your goal. And we have a wonderful team, from Minister Debbie to Leon to Mr. Joe, to our millionaire and billionaire coaches as well. Yeah. So you will be a part of the team, and we are going to build and build this wealth and generational wealth together as a family. So I definitely wanted to point that out, which is very, very important. And so today I'll call out one of the trades we made. We made a 5-minute trade. So we traded the euro for the USD for the dollar. And so that was $17 for a 5-minute trade, the profit. The payout. So for a $17 payout for a 5-minute trade. And so we took a few of those in an hour. And so can you imagine, again, you investing, I think we invested $10 and the payout was $17. So that was a $7 profit. Plus we got our $10 back. On top of that, we got another $7. So $17 in 5 minutes.
Whoa.
And just so you know, with investing, you get to choose what you want to invest in. So some people may say, well, I want to invest $1. Some people may say, once you get, you learn and master the skill. Yeah. Some people are invested hundreds of dollars in a 5-minute period, and that's where they come out with these big profits. So you may start with $1 trades, and then you may get up to $10. And then as you grow and you get a hang of it, you may go to $30, $50 for one trade. And of course, whatever you put in, your profit is going to be bigger as long as that trade wins. And so it's a skill set. It's investing. It's learning the market. It's learning to grow your money. And again, learning to reinvest your money, which is something nobody can ever take from you.
So one of the people from my team said it. He says that I made about $250 this week just by trading.
Wow.
And we earned Thursday just by trading.
And that's part-time, like in her free time. Wow. Around her busy schedule. That's what she was able to do.
And Debbie, see, and she's working like how many hours a day? About 12 hours a day, but more. Still making money. $250 in trading this week. He says, I close my stock account to invest into Forex. So we ain't joking, we ain't playing. That this Forex thing is real. Yeah. And you're not using anybody's money, your own money, to do what? to invest.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to play with that. That this thing
That's
is
right.
real.
Wow, 16 hours.
So she works 16 hours. That's a lot.
It's only 24 in a day.
Yeah, that's right. They beating on your body, but it's just a matter of time.
That's
But
right.
yes, still, you closed your stock account and you got into this and you made trading. You traded and you made 250 this week. That's
Wow.
amazing. People are making a lot. But I told you about compounding system.
And this week is not over.
This
It's
week
just
ain't over
Thursday.
yet. We just Thursday, man. We got some days.
Can you
still left.
imagine making $250, never having to leave your house
Oh my God.
around whatever time you want to?
Oh my God.
You can have kids, you can have a spouse. When everybody's asleep, you go to the computer, pick up your phone, and make a trade.
That's amazing. So I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, so the amazing thing, I want us to talk about the referral part, the marketing aspect. So one thing you can trade, you can hear it right here. I got testimonies right here. Now you want to be part of our organization because it is different. I Am Master Academy, the academy that we are part of, they make trading so easy and simple. Whether you have a dead brain or not, whether your IQ is low, it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Whether you sit, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I told you what happened this week. Somebody from Nigeria who had the opportunity to be part of the presentation said, "Sir, I was going to buy a new phone, but when I heard this about this trading, I am buying phones anymore. I am putting it into the trading because I know that the time is coming that there is no phone that I cannot buy." So that's what you got to understand. Listen to me. It's not about what you want now. You need somebody that can teach you how.
Yeah.
Or you know how. You got to know how to invest the little that you have. Because whatever you buy now, you cannot have it back. You want to get a phone, you want to get a car, you want to get a laptop, whatever. See, why do you want what you want to get? You understand what I'm talking about? And then you got to understand this, that, see, if you can invest what you have, there is nothing that you cannot get when the time comes. So learn to invest now so that you can have access for more and you'll be able to impact the world. You are never going to be able to impact your world without not having a voice. And having a voice means having financial freedom. So you can impact lives, save lives to make it to heaven. Because some people are not going to make it to heaven when they see the lives we're living, that it doesn't depict what we are preaching. So God says, the Bible says in James that I wish above everything that your soul mayest prosper and be in good health. So it is a good thing to prosper. All right? You can waste all your life doing one thing. And you can also use your ideas, your brain, your time into other positive businesses like this that will change your life for good. Honey, let's tell them about the marketing aspect, and that's going to be the last thing. If there's any question, keep it coming, because the moment you're done, we're going to draw the curtains because we got to go. There is a lot we got to do for today.
Yeah. So, I Am Mastery Academy, what you're actually doing, you're learning a new skill, which is trading, but 2, you have the opportunity to be a business owner. And so you will own your own business and you will be able to share the opportunity with other people. And so if you become a business owner with the company, there are some people who just want to learn to trade. They want to, learn everything they need to invest. That is fine. There are those who want to also, now I want to open my own business. I want to be a business owner. I want to be a business owner with this company or with this organization. And so you become a business owner. And so the company says, as you build and expand and share this, the company is going to pay you residual income. And so there is a compensation plan that comes with becoming a business owner. So as you share and your team grows and expand, Again, once this changed your life, you can't help but tell it to other people. Once you find something that's going to shift your entire generation, it will be selfish not to share the opportunity with other people. And so the company is going to pay you to share with other people. And so as you share it, people come in, they join your team, they join the organization. The company is going to pay you residual income where weekly you will get paid. So we have people that's business owners who have their own team making 100. So just to point out, you get paid in dollars, right? So you get paid
wherever
in
you
US
are in the
dollars,
world,
no
you're
matter
going to
where
be
you
paid
are.
in dollars.
Yeah.
Wherever you are with this organization, wherever you are, you're going to be paying in dollars.
Yes.
Wherever you are in the world, you're going to be still paid in dollars just by referrals alone.
Yes.
That's amazing. Go ahead, honey.
So there are people who are making $150 a month. To the very other end there is someone who is the highest paid person in the entire company organization. He gets paid $750,000 a month. So there are people making $600 a month, $1,000 a month, just $10,000 a month. Chairman $10,000. Chairman 100, people making $100,000 a month, and
it starts with platinum 150.
Yes. So the first level is platinum 150, where you will make $150
just by bringing 3 people on.
Yep, a month, and then you can go to platinum 600, where you will make $600 a month. To platinum 1000, you will make $1,000 a month. Platinum 2000, you get $2,000 a month. And so as your team grows, the company pays you. That is your residual income that will keep coming to you. You get paid on a weekly basis. You will even get your own card from the company.
That's right.
Your own Visa card, or however you want your payments to be sent to you. But you're paid weekly. So that is residual. And so there are 2 sides to this opportunity. 1, you can trade. 2, you can become a business owner. And then 3 sides. You can do both. We are doing both. We are doing both marketing. We're also doing the trading and investing. And so as you share the opportunity with people, the company is going to pay you for it. And so for those who are looking even for another stream of income, you can even have 2 streams of income with this one opportunity.
Whoa.
You can have investing. You also can have the marketing aspect. So even if you have a job already, now you have 3 streams of income by coming into this organization.
Wow.
And building your business, as well as learning a new skill set, which is trading. And so it's not a scam. People think everything is a scam, and we live in an age where you do have to be very vigilant, because there are scammers out there. But you also have to look at the people that's sharing it with you, the integrity of the people. You also have to look at how it's impacted them. And if it's something that these people are integral and they're sharing this with me, then I have trust in the people that sharing the opportunity with me. And so it's changed our lives. We're excited. It's changing those that are around us that really mean a lot to us. It's changing their lives as well. And this is where we're taking as many as we can. We watched the movie Harriet Tubman, and how Harriet Tubman, she was free, but then she went back because she wanted to free others. So she put her freedom on hold and risked her freedom for the sake of setting others free. And that's where we are. We're like, no, we can't just walk in this freedom. We have to go back and get our family. We have to go back and get our friends. Go back and bring our church family. Like
our sons and daughters. Our
sons and daughters. Because what would it be if we're the ones that's walking in freedom, but everyone around us is in bondage? It's not. It's not okay.
Because if we are walking in this realm of walking into because in Deuteronomy 28 verses 12, he says that you will be a lender and not a borrower.
Yeah,
can you imagine if we are all lenders and we are not borrowing?
Right.
Can you imagine what's going to happen? We're going to move the world. We're going to impact many souls around the world like never before. Mm-hmm. Now, this thing ain't just about us, honey. And that's why I keep telling people, it ain't just about us. All right? You cannot walk with somebody that the person is doing something to change his or her life, and you are not going to be connected to it. Then it means we were not meant to be together.
Right.
Because it means that somebody's going to be pulling somebody off, and somebody's going to be slowing down somebody. But if we are making it, we are going to make off from each other. And we are going to be able to impact the world together. And we are going to be able to touch our communities, our children. We are going to be able to send the gospel to every corner of the world.
That's right.
Because we all are walking in the purpose, in the vision, in the dreams, in the will of God for our lives. And we are not lacking. So whenever we want to do something, this brings it together, that brings it together, and it begins to work. Right now in our organization, there are people in Ghana, Africa, there are about 2 people in Chairman 10, and they are making $10,000 every month without not even trading, not even without the trading, but because they are part of the organization and they have referred other people. They've done referrals. They are having bonuses coming in. That is amazing. That's how the world builds. That's how many great companies and, lifetime businesses is because they've connected to many people. And there's something good to connect yourself into. We're not thinking about us. How many cars are we going to drive? How many houses are we going to live in a goal? All right, how much are we going to eat in a goal? No, because you even want to eat healthy. You can overeat. You just got to eat and be just quite satisfied. All right? Whatever God gives you, and also remember, in walking in wealth and being a wealthy person or walking in riches, you have to understand that whatever you're making is not just for you, but it's to make an impact. But the greatest thing of all is that you and us, or we are teaching you how to fish. That's the greatest gift of all. And you're going to thank us later. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a blessing being away today. Honey, you have any last thing you want to say?
Yes.
Do you want to pray for them today or no?
No prayer today.
No prayer. Why, honey?
I have something
Okay,
to say.
tell me, baby.
So if your mindset is still give me and not teach me, you're not ready for wealth.
Whoa, repeat that again. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now.
If your mindset is still give me and not teach me, you're not ready for wealth. Every wealthy person is a student. They were once a student. And so in order for us to walk in this level of abundance and where God wants us as his children, he owns everything. In heaven, there are mansions. So why do we think we have to live in shacks on earth? That we have to be students. So if your mindset is still give me and not teach me, you're not ready for wealth. Every wealthy person is a student. I'll share this story quickly.
Go ahead, babe.
A friend of mine, she told me her coworker, she was reading a book at work, and her coworker said, I read that book when I was 15 years old, and it's a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And she said, before my father even bought me my first car, he made me read the book and write a book report on that book before he would even give me a car. And so the father instilled something so powerful and significant in the daughter in that moment that, yes, I can afford to give you a car, but I need you to have a level of knowledge. I'm going to make you read and study first and learn about money before I give you your first car. So before her, and this was a white person. And so I say this is because as African Americans and white people, the way we approach money is totally different. White people are very knowledgeable about money, but unfortunately, a lot of us did not grow up in homes where we learned about finances.
It's true.
We didn't learn about investing. We didn't learn about credit. We didn't learn about saving. We didn't learn in that. If we had enough money that we could even get our next meal, we were grateful. And so poverty, for a lot of us, it stems back to our childhood. It's not even our now. It's something that was rooted in us as children. And it's something that was passed on generationally. The way we think about money was passed on generationally. So I'm not even going to go into that. That's a whole nother day. But I just want to tell you that you first change your thinking. Become a student. What books? When is the last time you read a book? When is it? Learn this new trade, which is trading. Learn this new skill, which is trading. This is not just a get rich quick scheme. No, this is you investing in yourself. so that you can be educated, so you can
Wow.
make decisions for you and your own family that nobody can ever take from you.
That's right.
This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not the lottery. This is not gambling. This is not the casino. No, this is a skill set. This is something that you invest your time and your resources to learn. And those are the people that we want to partner with. Those are the people that we want to invest in because we know that you're a student and you're ready.
That's right.
You're ready for a shift in your life. And those are the people that we are ready to take this journey with. Those are the people that we are ready to help to walk in the freedom that God has for them. And so become a student. Read, study. What are you listening to? It doesn't matter what's in your bank account right now. Start listening to certain things so that your mind, the Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. You cannot be transformed until your mind is renewed. And as you continue to renew your mind in the word of God, as you continue to renew your mind in the truth and what God says about you, your entire life will shift. And so this is a wonderful opportunity that has completely changed our lives. And so we have a goal to impact as many families as we can in the upcoming days, weeks, months. And we would love to help you and your family obtain the financial freedom, which the Bible says that you are supposed to be the lender and not the borrower. God says, I already opened the heavens. Stop praying for the heavens to open. Just put your hands to work.
Wow.
And you'll see the rain fall.
Wow. Just put your hands to work. Just stop praying for what?
The heavens to open.
Stop praying for the heavens open. To open. The heavens are already open. Wow. But do what?
Put your hands to work.
Put your hands to work. Put your mind to work. Yes, you're learning hard. Yes, you're reading books. Yes, you're studying so hard to pass an exam, to come out with A's, but begin to learn how to get into what? Financial freedom. It is very important. Now, I love the scripture, honey, in Matthew chapter 14, verses 19. Jesus told the disciples, cast your net into the other side, into the deeper side, because there was more fishes there than what they have been fishing all their lives. No, that wasn't. Jesus said, follow me. Sorry, Matthew chapter 4, verses 19. He said, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. And then John chapter 21, verses 6 says, cast your net, what? Onto the deeper side. Until you cast it to the deeper side. Until you do something different. You're not going to have more. So remember this. How have you been thinking? How has your mind been? How have you been processing things? How do you see your life? Who are you waiting on to help you with something? Can you help yourself before they come in? Because by the time they come, you're going to be way gone and you're going to be flying with some eagles. It is very much important. Matthew chapter 4, verses 19. It says, follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. Who are you following? What are you hearing? Who is your mentor? Who is giving you? Don't wait for who can give you. Follow and chase who is going to make you fishers of men. Who is going to provide, who's going to show you how to provide and make more. It is very much important. You too can make it. You too can change your life. And you too can break the genes of poverty and lack in your life. Whatever you're doing, wherever you at, it doesn't matter the deficiencies. It doesn't matter what you don't have now. It doesn't matter what your bank account says. What matters is that you're going to take your future by the horn and you say that I'm going to change the right thing. I'm going to change what I read. I'm going to change how I waste my time on social media, and I'm going to turn it. I'm going to change the time I spend with friends. I'm going to change how many times I speak on phone. I got wishes, I got ambitions, I got dreams, but it ain't going to happen if you're not doing anything to bring the resources to provide for that vision that you have. God bless you. I know you have received so much today. And time cannot permit me. I want to bless God for everybody for being part of this. This has been Moments with the Levite, Fletcher Narh, and I want to give you the opportunity as we end this. Don't forget to vote for us. We've been nominated 2 categories. I've been nominated for GMA Awards USA for the best gospel what?
Best
Gospel
US
song.
gospel
Okay.
song of the year and gospel artist of the
Okay,
year. Yeah.
great. So 2, you want to vote for us? You can do that wherever you at. You can do it in America here. The link is right there. Any part of the world. You can do it in Ghana also. You can do it through your phone. You can vote for me. Tell everybody to vote for us. It is our season to walk in what God has ordained us to do, to become. And until we see you again, we're going to put the videos up there for y'all to vote and know how to vote. But until we see you again, this has been Moments with the Levite, Fletcher Narh. And my guest has been my dearest wife. She's a wife and not a knife. I bet you. And until I see you again, you know what I'm about to say right now. Bye. 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 Thank you, honey.
The nominees for US-based Best Gospel Song of the Year: Wine Cry, Millicent Yankee. Including Melody Frimpong. My Gratitude, Humphrey Tete.
And I give you thanks.
Jehovah Mwazi, Stella Ado.
Your love is like a nest, oh Lord.
Ololufemi, my darling, Fletcher Narh. Amen, Chris Soul.
When the road is tough, when the storm
Miracle Working God, Minister Ike featuring SP Kofi Sapon.
I say the God of seven.
Yahweh, Hetty Kogi. The Ghana Music Awards USA 2020.
Ghana Music Awards USA.
The nominees for US-based Gospel Artist of the Year: Millicent Yankee, Melody Frimpong, Humphrey Tete, Esther Afia Yerenchi, Stella Ado, Fletcher Narh, Minister Ike,
Ghana Music Awards USA.
Fritz Oakley, Hetty Kogi. The Ghana Music Awards USA 2020.